45 years ago, Clint Barton turned the Thunderbolts into superheroes. 45 years ago, they betrayed him. Now, in a fractured world ran by the Red Skull, Old Man Hawkeye seeks to carry out a final justice against those who killed his friends. Ever since the world fell apart, Hawkeye has taken odd security jobs to keep himself fed. It normally isn't a problem for him, until today.
I missed.
As he watches the remaining bandit run away in a blur, he expects what is happening, and Dr. Temple confirms it in an appointment afterwards. Hawkeye is going blind.
How long do I have?
I don't know for sure. Months. Maybe weeks. My advice? There's something you want to see, something you want to do. Do it now.
And there is something Hawkeye desperately wants to do. He wants to hunt down every Thunderbolt, every single person who murdered his friends, and destroy them. He doesn't know it yet. But an old enemy is hot on his trail. Bullseye is determined to find Clint, the last Avenger. And the assassin has no problem leaving dozens of bodies behind to do so. Hawkeye's first target is Eric Jostin. Once known as Atlas, now a big man at Carnival. He makes his way to the dressing room.
I always expected you to walk through that curtain one day. So what? You're here to kill me?
Yes.
Still so righteous after all these years. You haven't aged well, though. You really think you can still take me?
I remember how easily I kicked your ass when we first met, Atlas. So yeah, I like my chances.
As Hawkeye draws an arrow, Atlas grows many times his size, dwarfing the Carnival with his mass. The large Ferris wheel crashes down as Atlas chases Hawkeye across the Carnival. But the former Avenger knows the importance of having the high ground. He knows how to fight enemies bigger, stronger, and more powerful than himself. He's been doing it his whole life. He shoots an arrow of poison gas at Atlas. Disoriented, Atlas falls. Hawkeye flips down onto the man's large chest and aims his arrows at his eyes.
Do it.
And Hawkeye does. He kills the man he'd once mistakenly trusted. He had once even considered him a friend. Hawkeye walks away. One less Thunderbolt in the world. In his head, he can still hear Natasha's voice from that day.
Clint, are you sure you can trust these guys?
His next target is Abe Jenkins, once the Beetle, now a factory worker writing letters to the love of his life that he doesn't have the money or the heart to send. When Hawkeye challenges him, he dresses in his old villain gear. Unlike Atlas, he has someone to protect. Because if Hawkeye is after the Thunderbolts, then his dear Melissa is a target too. It is a fight to the death. Hawkeye's aim is off, but not his tactics. He kills Abe and finds in his jacket the letters meant for Melissa and the address of her hiding place. She will also die before his journey is over. Taking a short rest, Hawkeye hits a favorite bar of his and shoots arrows at a target that he can't quite hit anymore. The old bartender Turk and his young nephew watch him in annoyance, waiting for a client actually capable of paying their tab. What walks through the door instead is Venoms. A lot of Venoms. The bartender grabs a shotgun to protect himself and the child.
Damn you, Barton! This is going on your tab. Dwight, get to the cellar!
Hawkeye starts a bottle of liquor on fire and tosses it at the Venoms.
Dwight, I'm not gonna tell you again. Get in the cellar.
The young boy hides under a table watching his uncle, but still obsessing over his most recent tech project that he doesn't want to leave behind. The Venom leap onto Tuck, grabbing at his gun.
These freaks make me miss Daredevil. Kid, I told you to...
But he doesn't get a chance to finish the sentence as he's torn apart. Dwight runs out of the building, but as horrified as he is about what he's seen, he returns, this time with a car. Running through the Venoms and splattering several of them. Hawkeye pulls his bleeding self into the passenger seat.
Thanks for the assist, kid. Now get us out of here.
The child slams the gas pedal down and they take off toward safety, leaving the Venoms behind as he drives into the wasteland, passing by the skeleton of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Deep in the wastelands, unmarked by any map, there is an encampment, a safe place, where Kate Bishop guards her refugees with a kind hand and fierce determination. Unfortunately, her old mentor had just brought her a world of trouble. Unconscious from his injuries, Clint Barton dreams of Natasha, their nights together. A time in his life where he couldn't imagine waking up without seeing her face. But wake up he does in the middle of a wasteland with Kate Bishop glaring down at him. He wakes none too soon as an army of Venoms has fallen upon the refuge. Standing back to back, Hawkeye and Kate Bishop defend the refuge from the overwhelming force of Venoms.
Damn it, Barton, how much trouble can one man cause? This is a refugee camp full of orphans you're putting in danger.
It's not my fault. Well, not completely my fault.
Did you just miss?
Let's not make a big deal out of it. I always get it eventually, see? Just a little bit off. Must be those antibiotics.
But Kate knows there's more to it. She just doesn't have the time for questions at the moment. As the Venom army grows faster than the Hawkeyes can light them on fire, Hawkeye jumps into his car, followed very quickly by Kate, who shoves him into the passenger seat.
Hey, what are you doing? It's my car.
After watching you miss with an arrow, you think I'd let you drive?
With Kate at the wheel, leading the Venoms far from her refuge, Hawkeye shoots at them until they run into his real goal, a hungry T-Rex that makes quick work of the Venom army. Driving away from the carnage, the heroes find a safe place to stop and catch their breaths.
And here you are, bringing death and destruction with you, fucking up the best thing I could do for those kids. They counted on me. And now I've got to leave it all behind. You see all that smoke? The Skull's sheriffs are going to investigate, and if they find a superhero was running things, they'll kill everyone inside.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Look, I need your help.
Why the hell should I help you?
Fine. Forget me. You don't owe me shit, believe me, I get it. Do it for Wanda. Do it for Sam. Do it for Natasha.
What are you talking about?
Look, just please get back in the car, and I'll tell you everything.
The story he tells her is about death, the death of all the Avengers all at once. Magneto, willing to sacrifice his own daughter for his selfish power. Rhodey, Thor, Sam, Nova, and Quicksilver. All because Hawkeye had trusted the Thunderbolts.
I don't like this. We've lost radio contact with Captain Marvel's, Black Panther's, and Cap's teams.
Have some faith. You know the good guys always win, right? Besides, we've got extra muscle on our side with the Thunderbolts.
That's just it, Hawkeye. It wasn't that long ago that the Thunderbolts were fighting alongside the very villains that we're up against.
Come on, Nat. These guys aren't villains anymore. We got a second chance. They deserve the same. I'd trust Abe and those guys with our lives. Natasha!
Leading the Thunderbolts in secret, Baron Zemo kills Natasha. Abe and Atlas hold Hawkeye back as Zemo walks up to him with sword drawn.
And no, you don't get to go into shock. I earned this moment.
Just kill me now, and get it over with.
Kill you? Now why on earth would I do that? We killed off all the real heroes.
Even now, 45 years later, Hawkeye can barely say the words out loud.
I wasn't the last one left because I had some grand destiny. I was the last one left out of spite.
I'm sorry.
Well, don't be. Before I go blind, I'm gonna put an arrow right through Zemo's throat. Gonna make this world a little bit more just.
Clint's eyesight worsens even as he hunts down the remaining Thunderbolts. Bullseye finally catches up to them in the desert. But a well-aimed arrow sends him flying behind in an explosion, angry and all the more bloodthirsty. With the Thunderbolts defeated and Bullseye hot on their trail, the Hawkeyes come to an old bunker in Alberta, Canada. He's unable to see great distances any longer, especially with it snowing. So Clint gets closer. This bunker is so old there shouldn't be anyone in here, but the power is clearly on. He slips inside, right into Zemo's trap. There he finds himself facing the newest model of Captain Hydra.
Think you can intimidate me? I learned how to fight from the real Captain America, not some hacked-up phony with a bootleg shield.
But his shot goes off target.
You miss, Captain not going to miss you.
It's true that Hawkeye can barely see enough to shoot straight, but this poor guy can barely form a coherent sentence. Unfortunately, he is a powerhouse of raw force, knowing in her gut that her mentor is likely in trouble. Kate sneaks into the Hydra hideout and sounds the bunker alarms. The siren screeches everywhere at once, causing the entire fight to stop. Captain Hydra pauses, holding Hawkeye by the throat, anxious for a kill. But in the confusion, one of the scientists sneakily hands Hawkeye a syringe of super soldier serum. Hawkeye drives the needle into Captain Hydra's neck. The extra formula is too much, literally exploding the man's body from the inside out. Using the distraction to escape back into the halls, Hawkeye meets up with Kate, who reveals that now that Hydra has a working serum, and 100 doses of it for an army, every scientist in the building is going to be executed to keep their plans a secret. It's her intention to save them all. But Hawkeye is uninterested. He has one goal here, and it doesn't involve saving anyone. He has to find Zemo. Betrayed by someone she once looked up to, Kate throws her hands in the air in defeat.
Fine, I'll save them myself. Just when I thought you couldn't disappoint me anymore, Clint.
So Hawkeye leaves her and approaches the door leading to Zemo's room. The guards are a necessary and easy sacrifice as Hawkeye takes aim inside. Baron Zemo sits silent in front of many monitors. He looks at Hawkeye, but he does not rise.
Well then, stand up and face me.
But Zemo can't. Trails of electronic wires and breathing tubes are hooked to his body. He cannot breathe or talk without aid. He cannot stand. Shook by the sight, Hawkeye slides to the ground, grappling with the image of the powerful, vicious man he's hated for so long. Now the crumbled, weak shell before him.
This is not how I wanted this moment to go.
All Zemo has left is his pride, his Hydra lineage, and a threat that Hawkeye will not leave this room with this knowledge of him. Mere seconds later, Hawkeye leaves Baron Zemo dead, riddled with arrows. For Hawkeye himself, he's gained new perspective. All humans fail to the wear of age and time, but at this moment, he could still help Kate and the scientists escape. And that is exactly when he loses his sight completely and the whole world goes dark. The shock is almost unbearable.
I can't see. I can't see anything.
In desperation, he feels for an arrow under his fingers. Kate calls to Clint as shots ricochet throughout the room. The Hydra agents try to stop the scientists from leaving. Hawkeye shoves the arrow into Avalanche's foot.
I may not be able to see you, but my hearing aids work just fine, and you're a loud screamer.
He shoves a second arrow firmly into the man's mouth and through his brain. Clint stumbles toward Kate, stuttering out an apology as the building rumbles and falls apart around them.
Hey, stow that crap. As much as I relish a good "I told you so," I have no intention of dying in the middle of Canada. And if these civilian scientists have any hope of surviving, then I need Clint Barton, the second greatest archer to ever pull a bowstring, to get up off his ass and remind the bad guys who the we are.
She pulls Clint up and they form a protective position, guarding each other's backs. Kate tells Hawkeye where to shoot, and they soon fall into sync as a perfect team. He takes down Hydra agents as quickly as she. Kate escapes first with most of the group, while Hawkeye and the remaining scientists are forced to circle around the debris. No sooner than Kate leaves the bunker, then her scientists are shot down with well-aimed playing cards. Bullseye has been waiting for them.
No.
Why, good afternoon, Miss Bishop. Minded I deal you into the little high-stakes game I'm playing with your partner?
He quickly slices through her left wrist, weakening her grip. She tosses her bow to her other hand and swings it to his skull. Her hits land and she kicks him hard. She maintains the upper hand for several moments until she makes a mistake by hitting the cybernetic tech on his face. He uses this chance to grab her, preparing to slit her throat. Hawkeye hears the struggle as soon as he's out of the bunker and draws his bow. He calls to Bullseye.
I'm here, Bullseye. Let her go, and let's finish this. Just the two of us.
The problem is, Bullseye can see he isn't aiming anywhere near him.
No, over here, to the left. You are really ruining what should be a special moment for me.
Hawkeye adjusts his stance.
This way?
No, your other left. You incompetent bastard. You're just one big, pathetic disappointment. The last Avenger's going to die alone in the middle of the Canadian wilderness.
But Kate has pulled free a beacon arrow.
Only he's not the last Avenger, and he's not alone, jackass. Clint, aim 3 inches to the left of the sound of the beacon.
She digs the arrow in Bullseye's torso, forcing him to let her go and give Hawkeye an opening. The arrow shoots strong and goes through Bullseye's eye, not exactly through the heart as Kate had indicated, but a kill shot nonetheless. He falls and passes quickly. The Thunderbolts are dead, Zemo is dead, Bullseye is dead. But still, Hawkeye is not satisfied. Maybe he never will be. As Kate drives him back to the wilderness they call home, He begs her to help him continue his quest all the way to the Red Skull himself. But she refuses. The loss of her home and the scientists she tried so hard to save hurts her deeply. There are no real heroes in this world. Even her own mentor is on a violent vendetta, no longer the man he once was. She leaves him in the wilderness to either die or find his own way. And maybe he does find his own way. Because a year later, somewhere deep in the snowy mountains, a couple monks bring an old blind man into their sanctuary, tossing him and his bow on the floor in front of their master.
Are you the one they call Stick? If it is you, my name is Clint Barton. I once was known as Hawkeye, and I have traveled far against obstacles to seek your training. My eyes have been taken away. My former allies want to hide instead of fight, but I can't give up. Not now. Not when I have a way to beat the Red Skull. But I need your help to learn how I can do that. Please, aren't you going to say anything, Sensei Stick?
A familiar voice replies.
No need to be so formal, Clint. Just call me Matt.